We're going to meet pipe organ builder David Salmen. David is a craftsman that pumps new life into old bellows, and he has the state's largest pipe organ right in his own home.
No other instrument on earth can replicate the grand and magnificent range of tones produced by the pipe organ. David Salmen of Wessington Springs turned a love of that sound into a career.
The beginning of the organ business, I think, goes back twofold. It's with my parents, being raised on a farm. Of course, I was around machinery and grew up with a lot of mechanical ability and interest in machinery. And then at that point, Mother was serving as a church musician most of her life, and so I grew up listening to her practice organ Saturday night or preparing for weddings and funerals and that sort of thing. And so really one led to another, and at that point I did a degree in undergraduate organ performance and then followed with an apprenticeship with an organ building firm.
For over 20 years, David has kept busy building new pipe organs and restoring old ones. He even found time to construct one in his own home.
Well, the instrument we have behind us is one of South Dakota's largest pipe organs. It's a project that I've been working on at least 10 years. We built our home in 1992, and 5 years after that, this instrument played its first note, or was dedicated at that point. The casework of the instrument was built in 1923 and came out of the St. Paul Seminary, which is College of St. Thomas campus in St. Paul. We have somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 pipes in the instrument, ranging from 32 feet in physical length down to those that have a speaking length of probably a half an inch and are smaller than a pencil. Some of the pipe work has been salvaged from older instruments and dates back as old as 1880, and some of it was built specifically for this instrument. Organs, of course, come in varying sizes and were used for varying purposes over their history, and we've got everything from theater organs that would accompany silent movies to those that were built for carnival or street use, and you joke about the monkey grinder and his organ, and in fact that's what this instrument is. It has 22 pipes in it, and a person still provides the wind by hand pumping the bellows. In this organ, the tunes are contained on a computer flash memory chip, but the person still is pumping the fireplace-type bellows, so that harkens back to the years before electricity and people pumping the bellows to supply the air instead of an electric motor.
While modern conveniences may have helped make the instrument easier for the organist to operate, the components have pretty much remained unchanged over the centuries. But how exactly does a pipe organ produce sound?
The air for any instrument built today is primarily from an electric motor. This is a half-horse electric motor and just an isolating enclosure, so the wind for the organ originates here. Then from the blower, the wind goes through the wind line, and this would be the typical bellows or reservoir in an organ. This would be just an example of a small wind chest. There would be a pipe standing in each one of the holes. When the organist depresses a key, the 12-volt electrical signal causes a magnet to open. So there's a magnet basically for every pipe. And then inside the wind chest, we have the valve mechanism. And again, this is a piece of leather, and when the organist depresses the key and energizes the magnet, air is exhausted and allows the valve to collapse, and then wind from the blower can go through the hole and cause the pipe to play. On this voicing machine, I've just set up 4 examples of pipes. They all play middle C, like you would play middle C on a piano keyboard. It's the same pitch. So here we've got a flute, we've got a string, we have a principal pipe or a diapason that's sort of the organ foundation tone that you would hear when you're singing hymns in a church. And then we happen to have a clarinet. This is one of the family of reed stops. And its sound is produced by a vibrating brass tongue. So we've got a principal sound, and then we've got string sounds, a different color and different power, and a clarinet. All playing the same pitch but different colors.
One of his more recent projects took place in Rapid City at the Emmanuel Episcopal Church. The congregation gave up their beloved pipe organ during the Lenten season.
That was quite a project. First of all, they had to tear everything out and redo the organ chamber where the pipes are held, and that required quite a bit of construction. And then, of course, all of the pipes that were in the existing organ had to be laid out in order and cleaned, and the new pipes brought in, and we used some of the old pipes that we had. But it was really interesting to watch the people, the organ builders, how they would have to wrap the electrical wires and tie them. It was very intricate work, and it took a lot of time and patience on their part. It was really interesting to watch the whole procedure as it went along.
In a given year, we've got about 110 instruments that we do routine maintenance on, and so most of those we visit in the spring and the fall as the major temperature seasonal swings change, and we'll do routine tuning and small maintenance there. And then in between the maintenance season, we probably rebuild 5 instruments or build 5 new instruments in a given year.
While the process of building or restoring a pipe organ takes a lot of effort, David doesn't see it as work.
It's really a small art, and there aren't many of us across the country that do this.